Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
All right, you guys, welcome back to the show. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Moni.
You got your shoulders out, friend. I see
do.
you.
I feel like Blanche Devereaux.
Ooh, it's giving Southern.
Oh.
It's giving Southern. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I need my
I'd
fan.
love to.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you know what? Speaking of Southern, I would have to say that our author today does fall into that category, wouldn't you say?
I would say she is solidly Southern.
Indeed, indeed. So, of course, we're talking about the Leanne Morgan. I'm just now learning about Miss Leanne Morgan, and I'm really glad you mentioned her because last week I did not know who she was and was not familiar with her work, but we had the opportunity to read her book this week, you guys, which is called What in the World? Yes, you're doing good.
Thank
That's
you.
good. That's how
I think
she
it's because
sounds.
I'm half Tennessee.
Ooh.
And she's from Tennessee.
Got it.
So it's like
in your
in me.
blood.
Yeah.
Okay. You represented well, I think.
You can't
so.
hide your blood from your people.
Oof, no, they gonna find you. So yeah, that's the book, you guys, this week. I'm really excited to get into it. So I want to give you a little synopsis about the book. So for a long time, no one pulling the strings in the comedy world thought that a woman over 50 from rural Tennessee could make it in the industry. But Leanne Morgan has defied the odds, reaching millions with her musings on hormones, low-rise britches, Weight Watchers, and her opposites attract relationship with her husband, Chuck Morgan. In her charming Southern accent, Morgan brings readers inside the quest to find her voice after spending many years trying to figure out what that meant. Equal parts warm and hilarious, this book is a must-read by one of comedy's rising stars. So there we have it, guys, Leanne Morgan.
Leanne Morgan.
So we'll be getting to know her this week.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed her because it was a
I did.
suggestion on my part because
sure
I
was.
had listened to her book the previous week because I was getting ready for her show that just dropped on Netflix.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Oh, was it good?
I was.
I'm gonna have to see, and I didn't get a chance to. I was scrambling to get the book done, actually. Finished listening just today.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at you showing up for Real Book Club today.
Yeah.
So that means well, I brought muffins today.
Oh, man, they're
if you were on
good.
our live, you'd have seen the muffins, but they're a wreck now. But next week we definitely got to do our pizza party.
Oh my gosh.
Because
We
I
keep
think we
talking
got
about this damn pizza
all
party.
the stamps in our bucket
We're doing good.
packed. So
We're doing well.
We're doing amazing.
I like it a lot.
I mean,
friend.
can't you tell? Like, don't we look a lot smarter? You guys tell us. Like,
I'll let the people say.
we look like 12% more intelligent than we did in May.
Oh yeah, for sure. I second those.
Claims.
Yeah, I was gonna say statistics,
Those
stats, whatever.
verifiable
Unsubstantiated
claims.
and right, just lobbed out their numbers. But guys, before we get into this week's episode, we have to do what we always do. So, hands over your hearts, everyone. Each week, you guys, we have to start out with our amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your continued support. You guys are the best. If you guys are not patrons of the show, what are you waiting on? Slide over to Patreon.com/The Fab Podcast and join our Patreon family. Well, you'll get a couple of bonus episodes every month. And just knowing that you're supporting two ladies doing the thing that they love to do in their spare time. And then also, I need to dedicate this episode to the music in K-pop Demon Hunters, because listening back to that episode, I didn't gush enough about it, okay? Because I sing those songs in my spare time, okay? So I just want to make sure that I specifically say on the record that the music was amazing. Shout out to all the people involved. Soundtrack was mwah. What about you, friend?
I would say that's how it's done, done, done.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'm going to dedicate this one to the Indie Convergence, which starts Tuesday, and I'll be doing that. Very excited. I love artist energy, so I get to meet a bunch of new artists. It's kind of like artist summer camp.
I like it.
So I'm super excited about that for the next 2 weeks. And side dedication to The Eyes of Wakanda. We might have to review that too.
What is that?
It's a new animated series on Disney Plus where it's
Oh.
just a bunch of shorts. You know how sometimes they'll do, dedication over.
Oh.
How Disney, they'll have little limited series, kind of like What If?
Okay, yeah. I
And
know
stuff
what
like that. And so this is like an anthology series where we're following different war dogs in Wakanda, and they like go on these missions and stuff like that. So kind of like what was it, Lupita Nyong'o, like her character, that was her job, like and stuff like that. So we're watching the people with those jobs go around the globe and do stuff. So like there's like there's one with kung fu, and then there's one with time travel. It was just all very fun.
Okay.
So yeah, I got my life. I didn't even know that was out there. I just, randomly on Disney Plus, and they're like, "Hey, girl, we know you like cartoons and black people, so here you go."
Hey, girl, hey. All right, you always say they know you better than you know yourself. Sometimes, the algorithm is a real thing.
That's what my workshop's going to be about. Like you can learn a lot about yourself from studying your algorithm.
Oh man!
But you can also craft your algorithm to become the person you want to be.
That is true. Yeah. It's always really weird. I know, sidebar. It is weird to, like, if I'm on my husband's phone for whatever reason, his algorithm is the worst.
Like, I hate in here.
Right. What in the world? That's what I find myself saying. It's like, what is this? Why do you want to see this? So, yeah. All right. Well, excellent. I hope that turns out well. I'm sure it will. So with that, you guys,
if it's not, you're gonna hear about it.
That's true. It'll be something fun to talk about. So with that, you guys, we're gonna get into the show. I have a few stats on the book. So about this book, it was published September the 24th of 2024 by Convergent Books. It's approximately 240 pages, and the audiobook is around 6 hours. So it was actually a really easy read, listen, if you will. But I had a lot going on, so I had maybe like 2 more hours as of yesterday. So I was able to finish it up, and I can fully say that I got through the book fully. So that was a feat and
Did you
an
have to
accomplishment.
speed it up?
No.
Good. I feel like it would have sounded funny sped up.
Yeah, I actually listened to it. I tried to speed it up at first, and I was like, it doesn't,
Yeah, it doesn't hit. It's not as charming.
Yeah. I was like, it's fine. It's only 6
drawl.
hours. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Not
very
only
good.
6 hours, you put in 6 extra hours of work this week.
Oh, well, I mean, as far as audiobooks go, because sometimes we have ones that are way longer than that.
That's
so
true.
in comparison, it's more specifically.
But the other option was just not doing it.
That was it. Didn't feel like an option though. I was enjoying the book. So there's that. So tell us about Leanne, friend. What we got going on here?
I'd be glad to. Leanne Morgan is an American actress, author, and stand-up comedian who found fame in her 50s with a Netflix sitcom and stand-up specials. Her 2023 Netflix special, Leanne Morgan, I'm Every Woman, ranked on the top 10 comedy specials on the platform. Morgan also created and stars in the Netflix sitcom Leanne, which she developed with Chuck Lorre. The multi-camera sitcom features veteran actors, including Christian Johnson, Ryan Stiles, Blake Clark, and Celia Weston. She's married to Chuck Morgan. She went to the University of Tennessee, and she has 3 children and some grandkids, and they are so precious.
Yes. All right, excellent.
So wait, do you know who Chuck Lorre is?
No, you were elbowing me.
I was.
Maybe.
So Chuck Lorre, he's made a lot of sitcoms I like. I feel like he's the guy who did Young Sheldon.
Okay.
I mean, this isn't about Chuck Lorre, but he seems to have the recipe for what I like in a sitcom.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is usually bright colors, zany situations, and a nice, wrapped up ending.
Okay.
And a soundtrack.
Oh, good soundtrack?
Or not soundtrack, laugh track.
Oh, you like the laugh track?
I do.
Huh.
I find it comforting.
Really?
It might just be like an 80s thing.
Right. I can see how it's nostalgic. Sometimes I don't love it.
Sure.
Just
It's not like
yeah.
I think what did I compare?
It's like, I know it's funny.
Oh, I was, sometimes the things we enjoy are like junk food.
Oh,
Like,
that's
this
true.
isn't-
It's like hot Cheetos or something.
Yeah. It's like,
Okay.
am I proud of myself for liking this?
Like, no, of course not.
No.
Excellent. Right. Okay, friend.
Oh,
Well,
and he wrote the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in the game a long time.
All right. Excellent. He's an icon.
And that was a
sounds
banger.
I mean, but was it though? Or was it just
What?
the Ninja Turtles song? Was a banger?
Teenage Mutant
I know the
Ninja
song.
Turtles,
You're just saying it over and over
Ninja
again. It's
Turtles,
like-
Teenage Mutant. It's awesome. Somebody had to write it. Turtle powered.
So,
The fact that we're still singing it
Right, well,
kind
they
of-
just said, banger just felt like a bit much. But I mean, it definitely is iconic. Like, I know it and everything. But it's like, I mean, when you really think about it, you're just saying Teenage Mutant Ninja
They're the
Turtles a
world's
bunch.
most fearsome fighting team. They're really hip. They're heroes in a half shell.
Why
and
did I
they're
even
green.
say anything? Oh my God.
When the evil Shredder attacks, those turtle boys don't take no slack. Yeah.
I forgot all about the words. In my mind, all it ever was Teenage Mutant over and over again. That's all it ever was. All right, fine. He did all right. I mean, it's fine. Banger.
So that's in there.
All right. Right.
My blood
meanwhile,
type?
Right. Meanwhile.
I don't know.
Okay.
I figure they'll tell me at the hospital.
Yeah. It'll come up when
come
it's
up.
important. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into the book, friend.
All right.
All right. So yeah, Leanne. I mean, she's from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Fully.
From the foothills
Foothills.
of the Appalachians.
And we've read about some Tennesseans around here because that remind me a little bit of Dolly Parton.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I forgot about Dolly.
Her humble roots.
Yes,
But
very
still
much so.
knowing it's like, I'm destined to be on television.
Isn't that funny? They all have that. You feel like a lot of people who end up in the spotlight are like, man, I always knew there was going to be, and then the people around them too.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
they needed to put you on somebody's show because you was
they're
getting
like,
on our
you can't be
nerves.
around here.
Right, hey.
You're a little much.
Put a camera in front of that baby because we sick of it.
It's like
okay?
we kind of like the quiet Southern life,
Right,
and
and
you're a little more hoop-de-doo.
Yeah, you're giving Anne of Green Gables out here. Just real talkative. Nobody wants to hear you say anything, okay? But yeah, her humble beginnings, it was really cool to hear her talk about like her relationship with her mom and her dad being like
Her little mom and little daddy.
but not a butcher, but what was it? A meat processor. Like it started off as a butcher, but just meat processing and her and her sisters and it was cute. I really
very
liked it.
cute. It was wholesome.
It was wholesome. She
It
was
was
extremely
wholesome.
wholesome.
Yes.
Very sheltered.
Yes, and once again, we remiss because we're in America. It's Southern. I mean, she clearly grew up segregated.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, and of course that wasn't her choice. Like, I think that's a thing we should talk about more. Like, I think we just sort of accept it as the norm because this is how we all grew up. Like, I don't know about you, I grew up in a segregated neighborhood. Like,
Sure, if we saw white people around or people who we, looked non-black, it'd be like,
no, what are you doing here?
right.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So it's just something to note.
Yeah, definitely something to note.
But I wouldn't say that she seems like a fan of segregation. I feel like that's when that kind of matters. Like, well,
like those people in
it's
Arizona,
still-
or we're
yeah,
not
I was
Arizona.
saying,
Where are those people from?
You mean
Nebraska.
Indiana?
Well, no, specifically the one that's in the news.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
we
it's
touched on it.
Arkansas.
Arkansas, one of them ones.
Yeah, Arkansas is the one that
Like,
got
it's
the
not
traction.
already
but, yeah, but
segregated.
like we got those here, for sure.
Everywhere.
Yeah, like, but because of how people have grown up, they see it as normal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like that's just like natural that everyone sort of segregates themselves, but not really.
But then, okay, so to that point, remember when we were at Switchboard?
Well, I just showed up. You guys had already done that.
But why? But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes I will say people do tend to
Gravitate
toward
towards likeness.
That's all.
But that's different
all.
than
willful segregation.
safeguarding-
Yeah. Resources and making the highway so it doesn't cut through our neighborhood because we don't want to see you darkies. Got you.
Right, or just like, it's like, or how about you just don't go to school here?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
that's
that's
a little
true.
bit different. It would
It's true.
have, yeah.
Well, Kat was segregating the thing. That's what I was saying. She came in and sat by all the black people. That's the point I was trying to make.
Actually, I came by and sat by you, and you were sitting by
I'm
the
black.
black people. Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
all were.
We
For being
all
a
were.
follower. God. Everybody's sick of it. But anyway.
Right, but that was just enough observation. I'm just calling it out now whenever I see it, just as a reminder, as it's not really all that normal.
Well, and also too, I mean, you having family from Tennessee, it's like, did her experience sound a lot like the one that you did when you were visiting family in Tennessee? Like, do you feel like that was a parallel?
Especially some of the food.
Okay, so some food
Yeah,
there.
some of the food and a lot of the sayings and mannerisms and sort of the Especially the beauty culture.
Mm-hmm.
In the dieting culture, when she was talking about taking Dexatrim and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Do you remember Dexatrim?
I remember hearing the words, yes. You took it?
I thought about it.
Really?
But I
What
wasn't
was
old
it?
enough to take it. It was just, they're just grooming you for an eating disorder.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, and it was just meth.
Are you kidding me? Is that what she was saying that it was?
I
In
think
the
so.
book?
I think she said she either called it speed or meth.
Well, isn't that the same thing? I think that's the same thing.
Let me double
I
check.
think it is.
Dexatrim, because they took it right off
Is
the market.
Dexatrim speed?
Dexatrim 80s.
Appetite.
Known for it was contained ingredients like PPA and ephedra.
Which were later found potential health risks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is it meth? Is the
What
question.
drugs were in Dexatrim? Okay.
I don't know what PPA is. That's probably.
Is Dexatrim still legal? Oh my God, it could cause fatal strokes, heart damage. I mean, it kind of sounds like it was pretty much speed.
It was speed, guys. And then that
'Cause
may
that
be
does
that may or
suppress
may
your
not be me.
appetite.
Let's see.
And give you a false feeling of energy, but then you're also we don't.
I'm just curious now.
I'm too. I mean, we deserve to know about drugs.
Let me just answer the question. God.
I know. Hey, if you
y'all
know
tell
about
us?
drugs, just let us know. We
Yeah.
obviously just, have the occasional cocktail.
Amphetamines.
I feel like I'm already so jumpy. I don't want drugs that make me like.
Right up, right. I'm just scared my heart's gonna beat so fast that I'm gonna have a heart attack. You know,
that doesn't sound fun to me.
not even a little bit. It's like, is my heart beating
Because
fast?
that's the same thing with like Coke.
Scared.
Because like just
Yeah,
watching
uppers.
people do Coke, it's like I don't think I want to do Coke.
And I might like it. That's the other problem for me. I'm like, what if it's awesome?
Well, obviously
it
it's
gotta
awesome.
be
It's
right.
good enough to
So-
ruin your life over.
right.
It must be. It can't. You can't do
Yeah,
it
I don't want a
your
removable
upsides.
nose now because I like Coke. That's
man.
crazy. But anywho,
Okay.
so drugs, beauty culture, the whole Southern thing,
So
being
that
a
was the
belle.
most drugs she was doing, though. For
Yeah.
the most part, she did a lot of clean living. It seems like for the most part. What was
Oh, yeah.
interesting was that she did have like a bad first marriage, which
sure did.
is relatable. She didn't really talk about that much in her stand-up. So that being in the book was very interesting. And I always like reading or hearing a story about someone who gets out of an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
I really like seeing that, and just so that you can see that pathway and know that you'll be fine on the other end.
Yeah, definitely. Because it can feel, she said she felt trapped, you know, it's going down bad, and then you feel like, they're saving face a little, but then there's also like, I can't, you don't want to feel like a failure, or you might just be straight up scared.
Scary.
Or without resources,
Yeah.
So I'm glad she got out of that. It sounded like that was getting pretty volatile and stuff. And what's crazy too, it was cute to hear her sort of giving advice to younger women in terms of like, because it went from her being like, I was dating this guy who was actually really nice, but boring, right? And you'll sometimes, have that thought, because I remember when I was dating my husband when we were in high school, I thought he was boring sometimes. Like I was like,
Where's your sense of adventure?
yeah, but I mean, like, he was just a homebody. He just always has been. And so I always joke and say, like, yeah, the guys that are like that make good husbands, because, she ended up coming back around
not
to
in the
that.
streets.
He's not in the streets. You want to try to find him because you know where he at. But she was making the point of, like, so then she's looking for these, she has this compulsion to sort of fix people. Like, I want to fix you with my whatever. And so, she wants to meet broken people so she can feel relevant, I guess. It makes you feel important, makes you feel like you're doing something. So she was meeting these men that needed more of that. And so when she met him, she thought, you think, oh, I'll fix him with my love and
sensitivity.
Sensitivity, thank you. Sensitivity.
I'm sorry, I always take that from the lyrics from Fire and Desire.
Fire and Desire.
With
Fire,
Rick James.
baby.
And when they're talking, he's like, and Rick James is like, and how you changed me with your love and sensitivity. Whenever
Can't nobody do that, Rick. That's a lie. You stay the whole time, Rick. Oh my God, what a mess.
That's what I
Oh my
use.
gosh, what a
That song is
That song
amazing.
is the most dramatic performance of all time. They were probably high when they were singing that, for sure.
gotta listen to that on the
A
way
still
home.
shot of it would be
Fire,
great. Yes. Oh my gosh. If you haven't heard it,
Messiah.
guys, Rick James, Tina Marie, Google it. It's
And
a
then they're
vibe.
talking at the beginning. It's like, it's really good seeing you again.
Like, oh my God. That song's got to be what, 6 minutes long or something.
It would always come on the Quiet Storm.
Oh man! All right,
Okay.
God, we get
He's
sidetracked.
so silly.
Squirrel.
But yes.
But I liked
yeah, back to
I like the wisdom that she was imparting and stuff, and just
Yes.
seeing the transition between like, okay, this dude's boring. He's more exciting, but he's also wildly insecure and likely to beat my ass and
some
isolate me from my
substance
family.
abuse, yeah.
It was the isolation that's always the key. When
That's always the
you're
tell.
with a significant other who either makes you feel like when you're around your friends and family it's a problem, or actively tries to keep you from them, or spinning stories about them and their intentions and all those kinds of things. So I thought that was really important too, on top of just like her getting out of it, talking about what that looks like. And so then we get to a point where she's like, I'm not basing my shit around a guy right now. I'm just focusing on myself. She had already been divorced. She was 23, and she ends up meeting Chuck Morgan.
Yeah.
And he was really interested in her. At first she didn't know because he's not a talker, but she kind of got the inside scoop that like he was a good dude from like some mutual friends and stuff like that. And she was like, I'm just still not trying to date him. But that never stopped Chuck Morgan. He went hard. Like if she mentioned I like something, he was showing up with it. If she said, you know, I like that purse, he'd show up with a brand new purse for her, all of those kinds of things.
And as a reminder, is you never have to guess if
Wow.
a guy is into you. If he's into you, you'll know.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
pretty apparent.
They go hard.
They do.
When they're really interested.
right.
Really
They're not when
interested.
they're not breadcrumbing you.
Yes, and it's not just like you're not what they're doing when they're not doing something else, because there's a difference. Because of course they like you when their favorite thing isn't happening. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that too. And then their relationship was really cute to me because God, now I don't know how long they've been married. What, 50 years or something probably? Maybe not 50, 30,
yeah.
something, a long time.
Yeah.
But
Good amount.
and then it always strikes me how opposites attract too, because I mean, you got Leanne, she's extremely bubbly, very talkative.
Very extroverted.
Very, very, very much so. And then you have Chuck Morgan, who's real quiet, stoic, doesn't talk about his feelings, doesn't give you too much
Cheap.
at all. Right. Frugal, some might say.
Frugal.
Okay. They were just cute. I liked hearing about their relationship. I liked seeing the evolution of their relationship
And
too.
the vulnerability, because being that honest is very vulnerable.
gotta
Because
be
she even
hard.
talked about like when her career started taking off, and he tells her he's just in a moment of candor, is like, you don't need me anymore. And it's like, yeah, and we've talked about this before about, was it on No Holds Barred? Where it was like this idea of like, you don't need me, but I
Wanting versus
want,
needing,
yeah, wanting
yeah.
versus needing. But she's like, I'm not gonna get rid of, like, our relationship isn't built on I'm just around because you give me resources.
So do you think that that's the only reason why men think women are around?
I think,
I mean-
the red pill dudes, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is sort of in the zeitgeist. Like that feels like part of it. But that's just, I guess I don't even know how to describe how, it's like if you love men, there's no amount of money at the end of the day. I mean, maybe for some people that could get me to like be around a man that I felt was insufferable. Like I just
Yeah.
personally could not do,
Yeah.
there's just no way. I don't think I could do that. Like I think people do that for a time, but even, you see relationships that are built like that, they don't, either you're not actually happy or fulfilled in terms of like what that person brings to the table, because I've just never been able to do it. Like in theory, it's like, girl, yeah, I could date somebody for money and da-da-da. And it's like, nah, not really, because at the end of the day, if you think that I'm only here for resources, then you're gonna use your resources to try to manipulate me.
Sure.
So I don't think that we saw that per se in their relationship in terms of manipulation. She does make jokes about like having a hunch on him for,
For a
shoes
I
and
could've
school
got a new
stuff.
purse.
Yeah, stuff like that. But she was really comfortable with playing that more traditional role of like once they started having kids and all that stuff.
Because she wanted more kids.
Yeah. Chuck Morgan said,
No, he's like, you are draining me financially.
yeah, we not
Leanne.
doing that.
She's like, why don't you just get a job?
And that's the other part. I thought that was interesting too. So because she agreed, like, okay, you'll be the person that brings the money and all that stuff, and I want to raise my kids. When he was saying that stuff, I'm like, that's not what she agreed to do. You said you wanted to, I thought you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. He probably wouldn't have been happy if well, that was the thing too, because once she started making her own money, he didn't really love it all that much. So now it's like, once again, he wants you to make money, just not more than him.
That's probably
I think that's a lot of things, and not just marriages, just in life, where people in your life, they want to see you do well, just not better than them.
Ain't that something?
Ain't that?
That's crazy.
It is.
That is real crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it took to the end of the book to kind of get to that point, because you really see a lot of their building and stuff together. And I was amazed by how much she was willing to put up with in terms of like the moving and stuff. I fucking hate moving. Like, she was talking about
living in that
double
with
wide,
no
having
steps.
I'm 8 months pregnant, tossing my 2 toddlers in.
That's the other part of it too, because when you're pregnant, your brain is scrambled. Because the way I handled stuff when I have my whole brain, as opposed to when I'm nursing and pregnant, I have a different brain. And that's why you have to be so careful about who you reproduce with, because they have so much power in that moment, because you're
pretty vulnerable there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, all of that, it wasn't like he was trying to put her in a messed up situation. Everything he was doing, I feel like he was definitely, because he ended up flipping that double wide and making a bunch of money.
And,
and
he had a plan, I think. I don't want to just say men, but that's all I've ever been married to. A lot of times they really do make these plans thinking it's the best, like for everybody, but since they don't do the work, that they don't do wife work, they don't really know how it's gonna go.
So you just put it out there on the dry erase board, like, okay, that's it. Circle it. Let's get it done, team. Just get it done. Go. Let's go.
But for the most part, I think at least when I was married, and there'd be like stuff like that where things got planned, and it's kind of like, hold up, you didn't take this, and this into consideration because you don't do it.
Right.
But I do. And so it's going to affect me in these ways. And then it would just be like, well, why are you?
Well, that's the conversation too, though. I think, does it mean, like, if you're not financially bringing money in, shouldn't you still be part of the plans? Like, I don't agree that just because you're bringing in even if it's all the money, that like, you don't, I'm still owed a conversation about my reality. Like, I'm still
if
so
we're partners. And it has a little bit of sort of patriarchal capitalism in that too, because no matter what the gender of the partners are, money isn't the end all be all. Like, that's not the only thing that brings value into our lives.
Thank you.
Like, of course, because we have the system we put everything in terms of dollars, but that's not the only thing. That's not what makes our lives worthwhile and makes us valuable or anything like that. So just the assumption that the partner who's pulling in the most money is going to have the best ideas, that's just a fallacy.
Right, I think so too. So, and I think you kind of hear her saying that throughout the book, like feeling like I trust his judgment and stuff like that, but I don't feeling like I'm on the outside of a lot of those decisions, because again, like, I'm here doing my job, like I'm here raising the kids and trying and stuff, and then we get to the point where, she's like, somebody comes up to her and presents this idea of selling jewelry, which I thought was like, so it actually, that's very Midwest as well. Like,
jewelry parties. Have you been to some jewelry parties, Moni?
Of course I have. And I've
been
purchased some things from some before.
Because
you want to support. That's what you're there for.
It's actually rude not to.
I mean,
if you
don't go.
Exactly. If you're committing to going to the jewelry party, you're tacitly making a commitment to at least purchase
a $20 bracelet,
something.
You
know what I mean? If you're gonna be eating them finger sandwiches and drinking that punch,
that reminds me of skirt. That reminds me of Everybody Hates Chris, when the mom was selling. It was like the equivalent of Fashion Fair, or Mary Kay makeup and stuff, and she could cook really good, so all the moms will come over and just eat and never buy anything, and then like immediately leave.
Oh, see, that's tacky.
And then she went off on them too, so that was good.
As she should, because you could just not come if you didn't want to buy anything. You didn't have to come.
Yeah,
that's just like the Pamper Chef parties, all that stuff. If you go, but it's also an excuse to fellowship.
It is. It was giving fake ass book club vibes. I was like, and what's crazy is that, like, being involved in something like that gave her an outlet, right? Because she was even saying, like, for a really long time, her biggest dream was to become a mom. And it was, in a lot of ways, everything she dreamed of. But then also there were things that she didn't consider, you know, like the lack of sleep and how crazy that makes you, and how your kids can make you feel both fulfilled and extremely lonely at sometimes, and not having that communication. You have a partner who's not very vocal or chatty or talkative, who's trying to build a business, you know, building and doesn't, you don't have a lot of access. That's his baby. And then you're here with the babies and you don't have any company. So it was a way for her to like get out of the house a little bit. You know, she would drop, I thought it was cute that she was dropping her babies off at the Mommy and Me, like, you know, like the YMCA type thing where they will sponsor those. You drop your kids off. Parents, cause I've done that a couple times.
Same.
Had to do it.
And everyone loves it. Works for everybody.
It does. The kids are having fun. You can step out. Super relatable because she's like, most of the time I just end up like cleaning my house and like doing stuff while they weren't there before I could pick them up. But eventually it led to these jewelry parties where she got to tap in on the thing that she always felt, which was that she's a performer. And so I think it was like an unexpected way for her to tap into her creativity and also build community, which I think is important, and some financial stability. I would encourage every woman, I mean, even if your goal is to be at home and take care of your kids, I think that's awesome. I also think there's room for, if and when you're in a space to do that, figure out creative ways to generate some income for yourself, for like those little special things. Like, I don't want to have to ask my husband for money for something that he's not going to find important, like whether that's a pedicure or some highlight,
or
something
that's
going to make me feel. We're still working on that.
Okay, like,
you know,
it ends up being like,
it's just a good idea.
And it ended up being great too, because it turns out when she became an empty nester, she took to the bed. It's like she was so sad. She's like, I took to the bed and started watching Scandal.
Well, I think it is hard when you build your whole identity around people who aren't going to be in your house forever. And it's hard not to do because you build them in your uterus.
But I was just, to go back to your thing, because then if you have that side hustle, then that can become your full hustle.
See, that's what I'm doing. I'm buying my time until my kids are a little older.
Showtime. It's just a and I was like, man, I got all this extra time and energy.
Seriously.
And quite honestly, just as someone who did go from child rearing and then kind of started a second career and doing other stuff, it's so easy compared to parenting. Like, quite honestly, like school, okay. Like, at least there's rules for this. There's no rules for this parenting stuff. I don't get an email about what's coming up next week.
Nope.
It's just,
no breaks or nothing.
It just comes at you. And it'll be like, oh, here's an extra bill this month. It's like, what? You guys did you don't get to, there's no one to complain to and say it's not fair.
And they'll say, you had kids? That's what they'll tell you. They're like, I mean, you knew. And it's like, but I didn't know.
I didn't. So compared to, and after she was able to mourn her children leaving, she was like, well, now I can kind of double back on this whole stand-up thing because people seem to like me.
It was nice. It was nice to see her husband be so supportive as well, too. You know what I mean? Like, he felt, and
it was money.
It was money because it wasn't like she was making a bunch of money at first, but I'm sure, it was that, but also, too, I do think, like, if you do have a supportive partner, they do want to see you be a part of stuff that they know makes you feel fulfilled, because it's like, that's not something that he could have provided. That, too. And everybody needs that. We all need that. Everybody wins.
We all do.
Yeah, so I really thought that was cute, though. But one of my favorite stories where I was actually laughing out loud was when she was about to give birth to her son, and she was at home, and she asked Chuck Morgan to take his butt to the store and get some daggone canned pumpkin, because she wanted to make some pumpkin bread or something. And he left and was like gone for like 2 hours, and her water broke and stuff, and so she had to call her mother-in-law, who came over, and he finally comes back like 2 hours later, and he didn't have the pumpkin bread, and she was like, where have you been? He was like, oh, I went to Lowe's. He said they had a sale on chainsaws or something. And then she was like, dude, I'm going into labor. He said, but I thought it was tomorrow. I died.
Because he was earnest. Like, he's not even playing. He was
dead serious. Like, there was no part of his reality where he thought the baby could come before the date.
That's where the disconnect is, when you make plans and don't
express with
and then don't communicate with me, because then I could have informed you. It's like, this baby did not in fact send a calendar invite about when they were going to show up. Like, that's,
my God,
but relatable, deeply relatable, where there's been these moments where And once again, men and women are just different. And we're supposed to be different, right? Because we're doing different jobs evolutionarily, whatever. So when you're going into it, I try to, at least when I'm dealing with men, go into it with that mindset of, this isn't going to be as easy breezy as talking to one of my female friends. No. I have to go into a whole nother kind of mind state. But it's once we can get there and have been kind of like, okay.
Chuck Morgan.
God
damn it,
him.
Chuck Morgan. Why didn't you think the baby could come before then? I died. I was like, oh my gosh. That is so, it felt like it illustrated the point that you're saying in terms of just how the chasm between how we process. Yeah, because it's like,
what?
It just doesn't even make sense. And then it's like, is this a joke that you have to build a life? Because in those moments when you're
mess with me sometimes, like on purpose. Like I promise, like you men want to see me angry sometimes. Like, or
it
maybe
must be funny or fun.
It must be. My dad would do that all the time to like my grandmother and stuff. And like I see male family members do that all the time where they just kind of
want you in a tizzy.
And once again, I guess I get that. It is kind of fun watching people Daffy Duck out a little bit, but I don't know. A lot of times when you're not in the mood for it, it's just not fun.
But that's when they want to do it the most.
Yeah.
That's when it's peak entertainment. So, I mean, I'm not going to act like I haven't ever antagonized in my life. Let's be for real. Let's be for real.
There's a little fun in that, but it's like, man, maybe like...
I feel like I'm a decent gauge of like when it's a time. You know what I mean? Because it's like, maybe not right now.
It's like, maybe not the day where we're doing like the kid's birthday.
Or anything stressful where I'm doing more work than you.
Or back to school week, maybe not.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
A lot of stuff. You know what else this
Chuck
book
Morgan
reminded me of? Rude bitch. Stop dressing your 6-year-old like a skank. Is that the Celia Rivenbark?
Yep.
Rivenbark.
Yep.
Yes.
Twas.
But she's from North Carolina or Virginia or something.
It's been a long time.
It is, but she's Southern too, and very funny.
Yeah, very much.
But it was either stop dressing your 6-year-old like a skank or rude bitches make me tired.
Oh, okay. So the first one was the one we read. I didn't read the second one, so didn't get to that one. Maybe that sounds festive.
It was, but yeah, it was once again, even though. Because once again, like we talked about segregation earlier, right? And so we're in America, and there's supposed to be this chasm between black and white. But I mean, these are white women that I find deeply relatable because the human experience is just the human experience. Like, I'm gonna get frustrated with my husband or partner. I'm going to get frustrated raising my kids. I'm going to be constantly critiquing my body. I'm going to be constantly trying to figure out what to make for dinner.
Yeah.
And being constantly criticized. Like, these are all universals. So to me, that was another thing too, where it helps to substantiate the point that Kat's always trying to make is race isn't really a thing. Like, we do come in different colors, but we're not like these separate entities. Like, we're just part of the same whole.
It was really cute, though. I really enjoyed hearing her talk about. I mean, you could just so in terms of the audiobook, if you guys do decide to listen to it, it is pretty charming, unless you loathe Southern accents, because she's got a slow drawl.
Who doesn't like? Are there people who don't like? Southern
I don't
accents?
always love them. Not every one of them are the same.
That's true. I like this one.
There are some that I don't enjoy.
Okay, sure.
As much, but what was I saying?
Oh, you were just talking about, like, for people who are listening to it, you might not like the audiobook.
Well, no, I think you would if you like a Southern accent. I would recommend the book because you just feel you could tell when she's getting emotional, talking about, like, her mom, when her mom got sick toward the end of the book, or just the love she feels for her kid. I mean, like, I think it's the genuineness of her personhood that is very, is very endearing and sweet. She just seems like a sweet lady, and she
does shady stuff so sweetly.
Yeah, she does.
That is a very
that might be very Southern
thing.
as well.
It
yeah,
is. That bless your
the
heart.
blessing of the heart and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that was another Celia Rivenbark book. Bless Your Heart, Tramp.
Oh, she's got some fun titles, Celia.
These are very witty.
You're wacky.
Listen, it takes a little humor to get through this life.
I think so too. Yeah. It was just. I mean, I liked too. Just her. I think to hone in on the opposites attract type thing too. Like knowing that how she grew up with her parents being very like openly loving and hugging and constantly telling, oh, how wonderful, how beautiful, and then how you inadvertently end up with somebody who, or consequently, with somebody who's the complete opposite. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the prank of it all. It's like, how do you end up with somebody the complete opposite of what you sort of expect, right? Like it's not even like what you saw. Because you tend to think, okay, if I'm looking for somebody, maybe I'm looking for somebody who's more, expressive, because that's something that's my love language. That's how I'm used to be in love. But it's like, no, the guy I fall for doesn't say 2 words, and
he just comes up and holds my breast.
Yeah, and his nostrils get to flaring. And,
I'm glad she was honest too.
hilarious.
She was like, yeah, after the 3 kids, I got my titties done.
She sure did good for you.
Yeah, yeah. She was like, oh yeah, she's like, I'm probably due for another one.
Yeah, and that's real too, because after you're supposed to get them redone every 10 years, which is why I was like, if I had ever really thought about it, it's like, I'm not having surgery every 10 years, not even every 15. You're getting older each time, so the risk is even. It's like, nah, we're not doing that. But yeah, good for her, because having 3 kids, she talked about breastfeeding and just, I mean, it's a whole situation, you guys. It's a lot, and even if you love it, it's a lot. And it's isolating. So that made me think a little bit about the teenage moms in Layla Motley's book.
Oh,
The Girls Who Grew Big. Yeah, because it's like, man, you're doing it as teens.
You just feel like an animal sometimes too.
Oh my,
especially when you're like, it's actually leaking out of you, and your clothes start to smell like spoiled milk sometimes.
Never happened.
That never happened to you?
Nope.
Yikes. Yeah, that would happen to me. Because, like, yeah, you fall asleep and you, like, the things are. Ugh.
But I can see that. I don't, well, anywho, yes. But it's a whole situation, you guys. Leaky breasts and all that. But also, too, I think it touches on something that we say a lot on the show, is that you can have it all, just not at the same time.
Yes.
And I think that was a really good reminder of, sometimes we're rushing when we think certain things should be happening in our lives, and how maybe we're better suited at different times, because timing is everything.
It is.
And she touched on the fact of, like, when I was 30 and I had this and my kids were still in middle school and I'm still taking them back and forth, like how much harder that would have been, and how, the gift of her getting this success later in life is that she can truly enjoy it, and having and feeling like I didn't give anything. Yeah, I didn't give anything up. Like I was still able to do what I wanted to do in terms of raising my family, and now it's my time, which is pretty awesome. I thought that was really cool. Are you excited to be a grandparent?
I am.
I am too, kind of.
I
know that
am.
sounds
I
weird,
was
but
like, oh my gosh, like.
Not like in a hurry, like
I mean, it's
do
not,
it tomorrow
it's not
or
on
anything.
There's nothing coming, but I'm pretty sure once I get some, I'm like,
it's gonna be great.
Like, give me that baby.
Because it's like I already love my kids so hard, so then it's like their kids. Actually, my heart might explode. I may not be able to make it.
I get it. I keep teasing like my aunt about how she is with her grandbaby and stuff like that, but I'm like, I'm clearly going to.
I'm gonna be worse. It's gonna.
Anything.
This is gonna be a whole situation.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be an absolute sucker. Aww. But I'm looking forward to it though. I remember my own grandmother saying like she couldn't wait to be a grandmother because she never got to have a grandmother. Aww. So she was like really looking forward to that experience. Just
grandmas are the best though. I mean, like. They make some of the best, most special memories for us and for your kids.
Relationships.
Absolutely.
Because it's like you're just so on each other's side and we're just so dead wrong.
Oh my God.
And it doesn't.
And sometimes, as the parent, it can get, you be like, look here, lady. All right, I know you're my mom. However, like it's just,
it's you're
that,
intentionally making this hard for me.
And you don't even care. And it's rude. Yeah, I think that's probably hard to reconcile too, because you're like, I finally get to be like everything you can't be for your kids in turn. Because you don't, right? She was like, you can't give them everything. They do the worst. You know what I mean? But then it's like you see this reincarnation of your kids, or your spouse or whoever. It's you're gonna look into their face and see somebody you love and be like, oh my gosh,
I'm giving you everything you asked for.
Right? It's whatever.
So here you go.
You can have whatever you
and it's
like.
And your parents can do the hard part. I'm just doing the fun part now.
That's exactly it.
You can't say anything because I'm old.
And I need your help, so I can't piss you off too much neither.
Right, and then like,
it's like, damn it, just no,
excuse me,
no ice cream for breakfast though. At least, can we wait till afternoon, please? Jeez, I mean, please, yeah, that kind of stuff. But it was very sweet, very endearing.
Yeah.
And I just like how she calls him Chuck Morgan too. That just cracked me up every single time.
Every single time.
Like I feel like I know the man.
I do too.
Oh, Chuck Morgan.
Oh, because actually, if you watch the her Netflix special, I
Is
remember
he on
woman,
there?
Yeah, at the
Chuck
very
Morgan's
at the
on
very
there?
end, she brings her family out.
That's
and
so
stuff.
cute.
It was pretty adorable.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to watch it, friends.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, so should we take a break?
Yes.
Or is it too early? I'm scared. I don't know.
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're gonna do whatever we want.
Okay, it's true. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back from our break.
Yeah.
Man. What in the world?
What in the world?
What a book, friend. I really liked it. I was trying to think of some other funny things. A lot of the funny things to me were around her talking about when she was pregnant, like the hemorrhoids. Also, too, when she had to have a C-section for her first child, how her husband, when they took her uterus out, he said it looked like a Cornish hen. And I was like, what? So this is the moment where you want to say something. Usually you ain't got shit to say, but as they're taking my innards out, you felt like it was appropriate to give me that visual. Thanks. You know, I was like, oh my gosh,
you're
so
verbal
funny,
now.
right? Oh,
Huh.
cool. Commenting on my inner parts there, but yeah, there were just a lot of really funny and tender moments. I really enjoyed hearing her talk about her journey from, you know, just being a small town, and she still feels like that small town girl. Like she still feels like she hasn't lost. She hasn't gone all the way Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like
And
she's
that's
definitely.
what I appreciate about her
Yeah.
and like Dolly Parton, where sometimes you get people
And
that
Miss
try
Pat.
to obscure, like Miss Pat, like where you try to obscure your roots because now you're in this
Yeah.
league and it's like, but yeah, you're not. You don't have to do that. Like this idea, because I feel like society as a whole wants to diminish you. Like if you didn't come from money. But it's like, no, you're still as legit and talented as anybody else. And I love that spirit of them. And it's like, yeah, I'm proud of where I'm from. That's what made me.
And also, too, feeling like, you know, your children are a prize. You know, we were on break and you were like, man, I wish there were more rituals around giving birth and like how special that opportunity is if you're able to do that. But just feeling like your kids are the real prize in your life and like how you want to be able to put them on your resume because you're like, especially when they're successful, well-adjusted people,
It's
and
the
like what a feat that is.
thing I did.
And
Why
nobody
is that
cares.
not on my resume?
No one cares, you know?
And it really
Maybe we
matters if I
should.
do a bad job. Like that means now there's a criminal.
Well, right, and because you will hear that pushback, because I've heard, you know, jokes and comedians, you know, making a joke like women are always talking about being a parent is the, you know, the hardest job in the world, and it's like, you know, meanwhile some dude is, you know, in the middle of the ocean.
On an oil tanker or something,
Stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, I mean, okay, but also too. I'm always thinking to myself, especially for comedians, because usually there's some kind of tragedy or something in your life or something that brings you to that point. It's like, well, maybe if your mom invested in you a little bit more, you wouldn't be this fucking bitter.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Or maybe you'd be able to show up as a better partner. Or maybe you'd be able, I'm just saying, it's something to think about. So don't shit on it because it is an important job because these are our partners, these are our neighbors, these are the people we go to work with. You know what I mean? They're all around us. And the less, like you said, the less murderous they are, the less sociopathic they are, the less narcissistic, the more well-adjusted, loving, kind. Like if more people took it a little bit more seriously and felt like it was
A job worth doing.
And had the gravity.
We don't pay for it, so we don't value it. And like I
That's a
said
shame.
before, like there's this idea of somehow like if you don't have, like money is the ultimate, like that's the far outweighs any other value.
We'll talk to the rich kids who love their nannies more than their moms. You know what I mean? Like talk to them about why they feel like this lady from, you know, St. Croix knows more about them than the person who actually, you know, they slid out of their mom's vag. So...
Or we're incised out.
Or incised out. Probably
Yeah.
incised out because you couldn't be bothered to, we don't want to blow.
Well,
Yeah. Well, anywho.
Listen,
No,
a safe delivery is a safe delivery, but I think I take your
You hear
whole
what I'm
point,
saying.
which is that
sum it up, make it nice,
we
friend.
should get, which was really make it, you know, like that we should take parenting and the birthing process as a sacrament that we shouldn't force anyone into. You know, like because it's a really, really big deal.
Yeah, and when you enjoy your job, I think too, it does make it better.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
because
Like,
and especially when you choose your job, because ultimately when you're not choosing your job, that's just a type of slavery.
that is.
Yeah, like when you if you can't walk away from a job, you're just.
Is that why I resent being the only one that cleans my house most of the time? Oh my God, it's slavery. Oh, what in the world?
Yeah.
So slavery's bad.
It is okay.
That was another lesson in this book. But for me, I'm gonna rate this book now.
Okay.
If I had to rate this book, I'm giving it 4. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 doo-doo curls.
Doo-doo girls.
Do you remember the doo-doo curls in the book? She
No.
said doo-doo a lot. That cracked me up too.
She does say doo-doo.
Doo-doo, which is hilarious
it's
to me.
such a throwback. Because once again,
and the way she says it, so it's like doo-doo. Yeah.
Doo-doo. She finds so many vowels in every word. It's very much
Doo-doo curls.
Oh wait, okay, let me write it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4.5 out of 5 big old panties.
Ooh, comfy.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
Or actually, maybe it's just 5 out of 5, but it kind of adds up to 4.5 because when
They don't
panties
make
get
it in the
old, they get holes in them.
Wow. Throw those out, ladies.
But yeah, I was also
You're
thinking
working.
like people who would like this book, if you like Steel Magnolias.
Oh yeah, I was given that.
Yeah,
Classic.
that's sort of, because this was another thing
Classic.
too. So did you ever see like the Lifetime version they did of Steel Magnolias with like an all black cast? Like I feel like Queen Latifah.
I didn't. I
and
remember
Felicia
that they did a
Rashad.
redo.
It was awful.
Aw,
And it
man.
was really unnecessary. I don't even know why they did that. It was, and the reason it didn't make sense is especially because in a Southern movie, you can't just flip black and white and have it make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it totally makes sense in Steel Magnolias where they didn't have any sort of racial incidents because once again, they're segregated. This was just all the white folks. But like, if you have a story about like 5 black women in the South and never talk about racism, it's extremely
crazy.
disingenuous.
Yeah, it's like so.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like a word for word remake. Like it did not.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
it did
okay.
not. It wasn't like it was
A
just
reimagination of the same sort of situation.
It was
but
just absolutely awful. And so when it comes to the part where Shelby dies, I'm like, I don't even care.
who was Shelby? Who plays Shelby?
Julia Roberts.
No.
Oh, and the black one.
Yeah, the black
Felicia
Shelby.
Rashad's daughter in real life.
Oh, really?
Not a good actor.
Oh, well, just because your mom is doesn't mean you are.
Man.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, it really
Everything about
sucks.
that sucks.
It
Okay.
really did.
Hate to
So-
see it. Hate to hear about it.
I never really got to complain about that on the podcast before, so I'm glad I
Okay.
got to do it now.
Glad you got it out, friends. Also, doo-doo curls.
Doo-doo girl. Doo-doo.
I was like, oh, not those. Hilarious. Yeah, Good Times, a
Yeah.
very good book. I think this would be another good summer read for those, just something light but still
Light
heartfelt and
fun.
funny. It's
and then
good.
it'll
It's
carry
good.
you into her new show on Netflix, which is just such a fun
Yeah,
watch. And it's
yeah.
not really based on her life.
Okay.
It's like it's a Southern woman of a certain age,
Okay.
but her in the Leanne one, her husband leaves her.
Oh.
And she said it was so funny because people, once again, this is why I want to get my workshop on media. People believe what they see. So when people
my
saw the
goodness.
show, they thought her husband had left her in real life.
Oh.
And it was just like, I'm very much still married to Chuck Morgan.
Chuck Morgan. Daggone it, Chuck Morgan.
So you know what? There's something juvenile about it because you know
It's
when
so
you were
funny.
in grade school and you call people by their first and last name. That's what it reminds me of. Like it's like yeah, that's like Chuck Morgan. But like yeah, this yeah, that whole
They're
thing.
cute.
They are.
I liked it, guys. I'm gonna definitely check out the Netflix, her Netflix special, which I didn't have a chance to do, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun talking about this. This was
I
good.
did too. I'm glad it worked out because
I
I
am
always
too.
take a chance when I recommend a book I've already read.
Oh yeah.
But I
You know.
figured once again it was funny. So
It was
I
funny.
knew
It was
enough- If
good.
you're here laughing, you're having a good time.
It was great. So I guess that leads us to the next part of our show, friend,
Oh.
which is the end. So,
We have entered the end of our show.
ding, this is it, guys. It's a short one this week. So we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel. So spin it.
All right, so we are going to be reviewing Netflix original The Hunting Wives. Dun, dun, dun. Also based on a novel of the same name by May Cobb.
Excellent.
Which it'll be up to, I mean, if you guys want to read it, because I'll probably reference it in the episode because I ended up reading it already. So, yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
It should be fun. I hear people are really enjoying it, so this will be good. I'm happy to have something lighthearted, maybe a little bit funny this time too. So
I love happiness.
I do too, man. I'm gonna need it because school starts, next
Your
week for us.
search history is gonna be so weird.
The difference between speed and meth. That's what's pulled up on my computer. That's what I'm looking at, guys. Okay, all right. Boom. All right. So
what is the difference between speed and meth?
I'll have to read it later.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you the summary next week, guys.
Okay.
But in the meantime, you guys, please love on your people. Enjoy every moment you have with your loved ones and spend your time doing stuff that you love because it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. And your body belongs to you.
Amen.
So enjoy the summer with it.
That's right. Have a laugh or two. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe a muffin. Okay.
And turn on your fire and desire.
Oh, man. Play that. Ooh.
Actually, wait, let's be sound. We're going to sing it for real for the slowdown.
Oh, you can. Okay, I'll chime in on the words I know.
Well, no, I was just like, okay, bye. You usually do like,
okay. All right, bye.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.
see you later. I used to love them and leave them. Ow.
That was my claim to fame.
That's what I used to do.
Oh, used to do.
Use and abuse them. Oh,
Then I laid eyes on you. It was pain before pleasure.
ow.
Maybe
That was my claim to fame.
That's sad.
With every measure.
Whoa.
Tasted your teardrop stain. Yeah.
I was cold as ice long ago.
Baby, baby. I wasn't very, 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 very nice, you know. Sugar, sugar, sugar.